Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we're going to give our praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Yahweh is the great minister of the apostle and teachers as well. Peace and salutation to the whole elect that's scattered abroad. And the Shalom to the sincere Akim that's out there making the body of the sacrifice, going out there in the highways and byways and hedges, proclaiming the truth, keep doing so to those may be. And the Shalom to the sincere Aquathium that's out there resting in husband, being a pillar of rest, keep doing so to those may be. Alright, this is St. Louis GMX, come back again with another camp lesson, and Lord's willing this will be edifying. Okay, so basically today's camp lesson, what we are going into is staying ready so you don't have to get ready. And the reason for this because hey, we living in some evil times, okay? And these evil times they were living in, you can't be on the you can't be playing the fence, okay? You can't be settling on your leads, and you can't be too comfortable, too lax, okay? Because before you know it, all hell is breaking loose, okay? So the reason why we come out on the highways and byways and hedges, you know, to warn the flock, okay? And ultimately this message is for the elect only, okay? So it's whether you take this message and take heed to it, or you can be one of those jakes that get ready at the last moment and it costs you your life, okay? Right. So we got the brother here, he's gonna read on basically the U.S. crime right now and how bad it is right now. And it's only gonna get worse because how they put in the facade out here that ICE is getting rid of all the criminals, you know, they cracking down on crime. In actuality, they really not. They actually making things way worse than what it is, man, okay? Because this whole ICE thing is gonna lead to more violence, okay? Because people ain't putting up with it no more, right?
The AI overview? Okay, this is the AI overview from Google. It says, violent crime in the U.S. has been decreasing though rates remain higher than in many other developed countries. In 2024, there were approximately 359 violent crimes per 100,000 people, a 16.9% decrease from previous years. Despite the overall drop, some specific areas, like certain cities, still experience high crime rates, and the lethality of violent crimes has increased since 1994.
You see, violence has increased since then, man, okay? Because hey, you can hop on Instagram or any social media now, and you can literally see the crimes being committed now, okay? Now, you got this whole ordeal with the SNAP benefits being cut off, you know, which, hey, Jake go be a fool, and then you falling right into this devil's snare, okay, that he's setting before you, all right? And if you fall into that trap, then you ain't take heed to none of the counsel of the Lord, okay? Because you decided to rely on being carnal and relying on violence, all right? But we understand that these things need to happen according to prophecy because the kingdom of heaven has to come forward no matter what. And Esau, Edom, he got to come down with the great wrath regardless of upon Jake, all right? He started now, but it's only going to get worse, all right? Yeah, that's really it with this. So we can go ahead and start getting some scripture before we get that done. Before I get to 12.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, and verse 35. And it reads, let your loins be girded about, and your lights burning, and ye yourselves like unto men that wait for their Lord, when he will return from the wedding, and when he cometh and knocketh, that they may open unto him immediately.
Right, so hey, let your loins be girded and your lights burning, meaning being in this truth. You know, you gotta be on fire, man. All right? And that's a form of you staying ready because hey, you never know when this shit can pop off, man. All right? Because when you settling too much, you being too damn comfortable, all right? You're not being on fire, you being lukewarm, and hey, the Lord can spew you out, man. All right? And if you are one of those jakes, man, you can't be doing that, man. Because when this devil come down with that great wrath, you can't say that nobody told you to stay ready, man. All right? And that's been a model that the elder apostle been pushing on brothers, man. You know, you gotta stay ready, man. You always gotta be abounding in the work, man.
This is a little bit more. It says, verse 37, blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching. Verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself and make them to sit down to meat, and will come forth and serve them. And if he shall come in the second watch, or come in the third watch, and find them so, blessed are those servants. And this know, that if the good man of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched, and have not suffered his house to be broken through. Verse 40, be ye therefore ready also, for the Son of Man cometh at an hour when ye think not.
And did not the Lord give us a warning saying that, hey, he coming like a thief? Okay? So does the thief tell you when he's gonna break in your house? Hell no. Okay? But the thing is, the Lord gave the warning. Alright? Like, hey, I'm coming when you least expect it. Right? And the Lord said, look out for the signs and the times, man. That's why the Lord said, be watchful unto prayer, man. Okay? Because when you're watching the signs, you will understand what time frame you're in. You know that the end draweth nigh, right? And you ain't gonna be the Jake that's trying to be in the scrambling mode in the last day, man. Okay? Wondering what you can do, all right? When you seeing martial law troops, all right? You seeing people getting gunned down in the streets, all right? You're gonna be panicking, man. Versus you being, as the scripture saying, Isaiah 33 and verse 6, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times, man. All right? Because, hey, this violence here is only going to get worse, man. All right? Violence is only going to get worse. It don't even matter if they have the National Guard here. It don't matter if they got martial law instilled. People are still going to losing their minds and crashing out, man. All right? Go ahead. But if you're going to be that Jake that getting ready at the last moment, you're going to be caught in the violence as well, man. All right? Because the Lord going to make sure his man is preserved and safe, man. Okay? He going to lead you out the way of that destruction, man.
We're talking about earlier, all of the examples that we brought forth.
Yeah, like you had that, those 3 Edomites, fucking purge outfits, knocking on that black woman's door. You know, hey, this is just only the beginning, man. Because basically martial law already here. And now, shit, the famine is about to hit. And now when the famine hit, that's when the purge gonna start. You know? So yeah, everybody got in their mind about the person that they want to get. You know what I'm saying? Or they know, especially these Edomites. These Edomites are ready. You know, they've been training and preparing for this. All right. It's just you Israelites, you niggas and Latinos, you just don't know.
Right. You know, Jake be trying to be too much in party mode, la la land. Here it is, your enemy getting ready for you, man.
Right.
Okay. It don't matter how many Glocks and how many switches you got, man. This devil gonna come with artillery that you can't even match, man. Yeah.
That's right. Robots too, man. Like it don't even gotta be him. He can just send a damn android in there to pull your ass apart.
Right. And just like how they are funding ICE, man, you think they ain't gonna fund them with top of the line artillery, man? Damn right they are, man. And then if you Jake's thinking, oh, I got my switch, I got my AK, I got this. And hey, the Lord, hey, you taking your chances now, man.
Right, and they actually train too. They informations. They got certain tactics. You know, when they breach the door, they throw the flag, the smoke or the flash, bang in there, disorient you, and come in and shoot you. But yeah.
If you know how Esau moves, man, he always gonna come when you at a disadvantage to him.
That's right.
Being unaware, you make yourself move or pray.
Yeah. That's what the scripture says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time.
That's right.
You know, because if you don't know shit, then
What to look for.
right, that's gonna cost you.
Right, and that's why, like Jeremiah 30 says what it says. Why do I see men holding their loins like a woman in travail, man? You know, you're gonna have grown ass men, you know, 6'6", you know, acting like little bitches out here, man. Looking at their woman to save them, man. You know? That's why, you know, we supposed to be, you know, get into these scriptures, get into, you know, basically building up your mental, your spirit, you know, because hey, when this shit hit the fan, man, it's gonna be you and your faith in that day, man.
Right. Shit, Luke 12 and 47.
Come.
Luke 12 and 47. And that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more.
Yeah, so hey, here it is, you know, being in the faith, you know, you should probably know what the Lord's will is, man. You know, the Lord telling you be circumspect, you know, the Lord telling you to redeem the time, man. The Lord said measure down the time diligently, man. And if you're not doing that, man, then what the hell are you doing? Okay? Because you can't act surprised when Jacob's Trouble is really full effect and you literally seeing people getting gunned down, man. Okay? Because that right there, that's going to show you was bullshitting the whole damn time. Okay? You wasn't taking the truth seriously. Okay? And then a lot of it takes when they see these persecutions happening, they going to fall away from the truth, man. Okay? They going to discontinue themselves as being calling themselves Hebrew Israelites, man.
Yeah,
Okay?
we're seeing that a lot now. You know, all these jakes getting on TikTok and YouTube, and why I'm no longer Hebrew Israelite. You know? Like, how the hell can you change your nationality? You are an Israelite by blood.
Right.
So, regardless if you're in the truth or not, you're still an Israelite.
Right.
and the Edomite man still hates you. You know, he probably, I mean, shit, if anything, he hate us more because we know that we the Israelites. But I guess it's why your bitch ass don't want to be associated with.
What's the dude named
Ringo.
TV? You know, he all missing out on opportunities. Well, this is what is going to be your fate. And that servant which knew his Lord's will prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes, man. Okay, so you knew what the Lord's will was, but you did not prepare yourself. You actually went back into the world, man.
It's a shame, man.
You was ashamed because you seen the persecution by and by, man. Okay?
Right.
And you said, you know what? I think this would be way more comfortable for me to be in the world. Okay?
This is Isaiah 33, second after 15. It's Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. The fear of the Lord is his treasure, man. Okay, because that's the true riches is wisdom, knowledge of this truth. Okay, knowing that you're Israelite, knowing what pleased the Most High. Because, like the brother said earlier, coming into a time where that's all you're going to have is your faith. Okay? Gun not going to save you. Yeah, you might defend yourself eventually. What if that gun run out of bullets? Then what you going to do? You know, you're going to have to have divine intervention to help save you from the hell and turmoil that's coming here. And those Edomites that showed up at that Eve door, all right, like I said, this is only the beginning, man. And they, they was trying to get in the house and all that. And yeah, man, she was scared.
Yeah, because we coming into some time where a lot of these groups gonna be great. Like, I don't know if your brother seen that video with that Edomite. He pulled up in a Challenger, and he basically was asking the woman, you know, basically how much you charge, you know? Basically saying like, hey, I'll pay for it. But then when she said, nah, I ain't selling this and that, he was like, well, maybe you need to get in the car and stuff like that, you know, so I can, you know, do his thing. Basically, he wanted to rape her, basically, and shit. But she pulled her gun out and stuff, and he was like, oh, you got one of those. And, you know, he pulled off. But what you gonna do when it's 5 men, okay? And you only got 3 bullets left, man. You know?
Right.
Timothy, chapter 1 and verse, I'll start at verse 6. Wherefore I put thee in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of Yahweh, which is in thee by the putting on of my hands. For Yahweh has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord, nor of me his prisoner, but be thou partaker of the afflictions of the gospel according to the power of Yahweh, who hath saved us and called us with an holy calling, not according to our works, but according to his own purpose and grace, which was given us in Mashiach Yahushua before the world began. See, and you know, quite honestly, the more this thing go on, I'm not afraid. Ready to get the hell up out of here, man. Like, you know, we don't fear those who can kill the body, man. We fear the Lord. And like the brother said, all these afflictions, they must come, man, for the kingdom to come. So, hey, like the Apostle Tahar, you know, says oftentimes, man, what the hell you waiting on, Esau, man? Because, hey, that's the devil, he coming with that persecution, man. Okay, we all gonna be enemies, man, of the United States, you know? Enemy of the state, you know, enemy of the state, man. You know? And hey, you jakes that haven't been paying attention to what's going on, man, you gonna try to act surprised, man. You've been warned, man. All these jakes who've been doing everything to try to stay in Esau's good graces, he's still gonna come down on them, man. What Captain Tazariak say on that whatever that was, basically he said, basically he said Deuteronomy 23, you're not supposed to abhor Edomite. Like, come on, man, you been in the truth longer than me. You know, you supposed to know what that say, man. But hey, the scriptures say, why trimmest thy ways to seek love, man? Okay?
Right. Yeah, because you've been on Adam 22 and
These podcasts.
yeah, these podcasts
bunch of
being cool with them, and then eventually that spirit start to take over. What does the scripture say? A man will cleave unto his life. You know? Like, why would you even want to be around the Edomite like that? First off, this motherfucker is a sodomite, a faggot. Second off, he got all tattooed all over his body and on his face. You know?
You know he running with demons.
Right. He a cuck. He let his wife get plowed by other men. Okay? And you think that's okay. So, like, what is there to talk about with people like that, man? And brothers out there, you know, you should be mindful of the company that you keep. Okay? Like, hey, some of these people, they're not worthy to be around you. You know? Because they're literally so demonic, the demons on them will start trying to attack you.
I don't know, yeah.
Yeah. Like, even if you cool for a minute, eventually that demon gonna take over and start trying to get you, man.
This is James 4, chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh? Whosoever therefore would be a friend of the world is an enemy of the Lord, man. So, hey, Captain Tazariak, man, you're going to have to choose these. You're going to serve Yahweh Shemiel Shai, or you're going to continue to be a friend of the world, man. Okay? Because it seems as if you want to be the cool Israelite, man. Okay? Yeah, everybody, come over here, man. I'm Captain Tazariak. I'm a cool Israelite, man. You know, the Lord ain't looking for no guy like that, man. Okay? Captain Tazariak, you should read the room, man. You know, look at what happened to Alizé, man. He wanted to be the top dog, cool Israelite. Look what happened to him, man. He's somewhere being a nigga somewhere right now, man. Okay? And you next, and Bishop Nathaniel, man. Y'all want to be this high and mighty man of Israel, but y'all ain't humble, man. Okay?
Just go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Now you go ahead.
Now I get the pretty
You got
long
a
one.
This is Matthew 10 and verse 32, it says, just to land back on what you said earlier about people that's denying the faith. You know, we gotta the precept since we quote them. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. So yeah, so if you confess in the Lord, you know, openly, you know, like here it is, they got the torture, they got the knife, the whatever, and Esau got the chip in his hand, about to put it in you, and then what you gonna say? You're gonna say, okay, Esau, go right ahead, or you're gonna say, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, I believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, fuck you, you damn devil, you know, and if you denying the Lord openly, the Lord said He gonna deny you, you know, because Zariak, Bishop Nathaniel, I mean, shit. I mean, the list goes on. You know, you don't even call the Lord by His name. So how in the hell do you know somebody when you don't even call them by their name?
And this is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, right? And I'm gonna get it in the NLT, right? And this is the parable of the great feast, okay? When they was bidden to the supper. Okay? And it reads, starting Matthew 22 at the top, it says, Yahushua also told them another parable. He said, the kingdom of heaven can be illustrated by the story of a king who prepared a great wedding feast for his son. When the banquet was ready, he sent his servants to notify those who were invited, but they all refused to come. Okay? And that's what we're talking about. Right? Okay, get ready for the coming of our Lord and Savior, Yahushua. So he sent another servant to tell them the feast has been prepared. The bulls, the fattened calves have been killed, and everything is ready. Come to the banquet. Okay, come get this knowledge, this truth, this understanding, right? But the guests he had invited ignored them and went their own way to his farm, another to his business. Others seized the messengers and insulted them and killed them, okay? And the messengers that they're talking about are the true prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, okay? Out here on the corners, the highways and byways, lifting up the names of Yahweh and Yahushua and bringing his truth out, okay? Around all the four corners, but primarily here in Babylon, okay? Okay? The king was furious, and he sent out his army to destroy the murderers and burn their town. You see that? Okay? And that's what's going to happen right here in Babylon. Okay? For he said, I called, but yet ye refused. Okay? It says, and he said to his servants, the wedding feast is ready, and the guests I invited weren't worthy of the honor. Now go out to the street corners and invite everyone you see. Okay? So the servants brought in everyone they could find, good and bad alike. And the banquet hall was filled with guests. But when the king came in to meet the guests, he noticed, listen to this, he noticed a man, okay, who wasn't wearing the proper clothes for the wedding. You see that? When you don't have this 100% truth, okay, you got other philosophies and doctrines of other religions of the world, like you was talking about Captain Tazariak, okay?
Taint it, man. You taint it.
Right. When you break Deuteronomy 23:7 down, talking about we're not supposed to hate them, okay? Yeah, you're supposed to hate these devils. Look at what they did to us, okay? It's still doing today, okay? Okay? But when the king came in to meet the guests, he noticed a man who wasn't wearing the proper clothes for a wedding. He didn't have his 100% truth, okay? Friend, he asked, how is it that you are here without the wedding clothes? But the man had no reply. And see, he wasn't ready. And that's what we're going into today, okay? You gotta have this 100% truth, okay?
The scripture say, keep thy garments always white.
Right.
Hey, spotless, man. You know?
Right.
100% pure,
Right.
man. Not going and spinning into
Right.
This with that and folklore and wise tales.
God, Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book and read this book. Man, fuck that other shit, man. That shit gonna get you killed. Okay? I got a little bit more, excuse me. It says, then the king said to his aides, bind his hands and his feet and throw him to outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For many are called, but few are chosen. You got to get ready. That's all I had. Go ahead, brother.
Because, hey, Jacob's trouble, hey, martial law, hey, World War III, and that chip is coming, man. Okay? What are you going to be like in that day, man? Are you still going to be the friend of the world? Or are you going to be getting down with these scriptures, man? Okay? Brother, right, you got something.
This is. So like I was just saying, you seeing it happening all around these other countries, these other places, little by little, you know, implemented. Now what? You can't use change on the bus, the public transportation. Come on, man. Gradualism, we've been, you know, especially the elders and apostles been saying this for years and years. This is how they operate.
It's like that digital ID. It's happening over there in Canada. It's here in Mexico. Ain't it in Canada? UK, in the UK. Okay, hey, it's coming to Babylon next, man. And it's gonna hit hard too, man.
Mexico went all CBDC. Okay? So they right there at the edge, like, all they got to do is flip hey, come take the chip. They already ready to go. Okay?
Setting the stages, man.
Yeah, I got a precept, but then I'm going to go into a definition. This is Matthew 25, starting at the first verse. It says, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough from us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. While they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. Now I'm going to go into a quick definition. Just give me a quick second here. And this definition is the definition of procrastination, which is the act of intentionally putting off tasks that should be done, often in favor of more enjoyable or less important activities. It's not the same as laziness. Instead, it is active choice to delay something, even when you know you shouldn't. This habit can be led to feelings of guilt and stress. It can result in decreased productivity and missed goals, right? So every nigga wants to go to heaven, right, as the saying goes, right? But nobody wants to die, right? That's the saying. But here it is. This is your opportunity to be a wise virgin, to get this truth, right? While you have the opportunity, because you don't know, none of us know when the Lord's coming back, but you're going to get caught with your drawers down. Now you just imagine the way you people in the world, when, let me give it to you like this. When you know that you are going to take a trip, right? You know this in a month in advance, you know it 2 months in advance. Let's say you travel by car. What you gonna do? You're gonna get your car road ready, right? You're gonna make sure your brakes is good, you got good tires, right? Well, back in our day, we used to actually carry a paper map. They don't do that no more. But you got a map for where you're going, just in case you have to take an alternate route. You've already made preparation for your stay, your lodging. You've already budgeted your money. That's called preparation, right? And this is the time period that you're supposed to be in, preparing for the coming of the Lord, right? But see, you niggas of the world, especially when it comes to you women, you got time, you got energy and effort and money to get your wig tightened up, to get your eyebrows shaved off and drawn back on, to get your eyelashes put on, and so on and so on and so on. You can take the time to do that, right? But when it comes to the word of the Lord that can save your soul,
Right.
you have no time.
And they got every excuse in the book.
Absolutely.
On top of that. And then when a prophet do bring out the word, they act like that they know it all. And they don't study nothing. You know, like that's just straight up arrogance. It's actually delusion for real.
Right.
And I was gonna say, and then we breaking the word down, Jake. Yeah, I read the Bible from front end, Genesis all the way to Revelation.
I've been reading the Bible before you were born.
Right. And still don't know shit. Okay. Brother Rod, I know you said you got
Proverbs 26, verse 13, NLT, it says, the lazy person claims, there is a lion on the road. Yes, I'm sure there's a lion out there. As the door swings back and forth on its hinges, so the lazy person turns over in bed. Lazy people take food in their head and don't even lift it to their mouth. Lazy people consider themselves smarter than 7 wise counselors. You know, King Solomon is big to speaking on basically not being a slothful and giving the advice to stay on top of your game. As he says, referring to like maintaining a garden, because that takes work too. You just can't say I want a garden to bring food, but you don't get out there and do what's necessary to keep it going. And then you're gonna get mad at the plants for not growing, and the plants gonna curse you out. Nigga, I need water.
It's 1 or 2 days.
Right. I need sun. Get all this shit out the way so I can get the sun. You know, if they can talk, that's what it'll tell you. You gotta stay on it, right? So you know what's required for you to come back to your Yahweh Shah, but you putting it off day to day because you got busier things. That's how the Lord sees it. You got better things to do. You telling the Lord, I got better things to do. I don't have time for that right now. I'm not going to that wedding feast. I got business. You understand? So you think that whatever you got going is more important than the Lord calling you out, which is why he said in the end, which I'm gonna read that real quick. Book of Proverbs, chapter 1, okay? 20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates, in the city. I mean, everywhere y'all niggas is at. Okay? It says, she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? Turn you at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They will none of my counsel, they despise all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of foods shall destroy them. Whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear. So just like Yahushua said those parables, like the 10 virgins, all his parables symbolize being prepared. You got those who prepared, those who didn't. You got those who know the will and still said, no, we got time. Like Bishop today, I did a lesson earlier. Will he still say 20, 30 years now? With everything that's happening, will he still say that? You know? The scripture says they deeded deceit with their own heart. He wants it to be 20, 30 years. Because that way he'll be old, his way out the door, and then let the evil come. So when I'm good, go home. Okay, I don't got to worry about it. No, the Lord is bringing it now. But if you don't prepare yourself, you're going to get beat many stripes. Because you knew that you didn't prepare.
Prophet that say, they go, the sword shall not come, that's what you're going to be talking about.
Day of the Lord is far off.
That's like the weatherman. The man and the weatherman don't tell you tornado. That's exactly what we are doing. Right? But ain't once the forecast goes out, you know the snow slot. You know the rain is coming, right? You can't say that nobody didn't tell you. Right?
Yeah. 2 Peter 2:9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation, and to preserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. But chiefly, primarily, okay, them that walk after the flesh, and lust, uncleanliness, and despise governments. Yeah, that's it, okay. And despise government presumptions are they, self-willed, they are not afraid to speak evil of evil dignity. Verse 13. It says, and shall receive the reward of righteousness as they count it pleasure to riot with the days. We use the word riot, so you choose it. How Shah says, because it's very little. Time is precious. And it's very little, just like that movie I watched, it was just Amplified, but basically the movie goes into he's experiencing the end of the world, and all he could think about is he just kept saying, I just want to go back, I just want to go back. I finally got to where I want to be, I want to go back. But that's how the day's going to come as a thief in the night for people, where they just going to realize, like, damn, I thought I had time, but I don't. And now there's no going back. Exactly, there's no going back. So we're going forward now. So whatever you got, your faith that you got is all you're going to have. Time is precious, man. You cannot waste it.
Yeah, you don't want to use your grace period. Take that.
This is Jeremiah 50:35. The sword is upon the Chaldeans, said the Lord, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall a sword is upon the mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword upon their houses, and upon their chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of them. And they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. Right? Then he's talking about modern day Babylon, which is America. It said they shall become as women. A woman at the time of war is pretty much defenseless. You know, she's a spoiled. Right? That's how the man of this society has became. Right? Everybody got so comfortable. You know? And yeah, they became weak. A lot of these men, these so-called men, nowadays they don't know how to do anything. stop you nothing, man. Just play video games, smoke, sip lean.
Yeah, that's funny.
Huh?
They hired a bunch of young guys at my job, and so you got to tell them it's like 3 learning steps, you know. It's just like,
And
what
they-
I gotta do again?
Right. Yeah, man, they like zombies, bro. You know, and that's a pitiful state to be in, because all of us been in that state at one point in time. Yeah, just do like you ever talk to Jake something, and then he act like he get it. And then when it comes time for him to do what he taught him, he don't about shit that he told him to do.
You look at them like, nigga, damn. Somebody be like, yeah, I already know. Well, what they do with it?
Can't do it.
This, I'm saying that shit.
Like that,
Just listen and
that
pay
shit,
attention.
this shit's sick, man. Like, that goes into Deuteronomy 28:28. The Lord shall smite thee to madness. Man, you jakes out there crazy, man. You know, your mind is so fried and just so used to pleasure and you know and stuff like that. When it comes time for you to actually learn something, you gotta use your head. You can't do it because you're so used to pleasuring your flesh.
This is Jeremiah 30, verse 5. But thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right. Because, hey, we coming into some times where we going to see grown-ass men that did not prepare themselves, that didn't take of the oil, okay? That didn't keep their lamps burning, okay? Because, hey, you got a lot of jakes in the truth that just floating on, okay? They ain't doing nothing. And like the brother always say, the spirit will find you out, man, okay? And then, hey, it's going to be that day where your faith, you going to be there, you and your faith, man. And a lot of you guys didn't take the time out today to build up your faith. A lot of you guys didn't take your time to pray to the Lord, okay? To give you more wisdom, more faith, more knowledge, okay? And it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. Man, it's going to be a time of trouble, man, never been before seen on the earth, man, okay? It's going to be bad out here, man. So if you ain't prepared yourself, what matter of state you gonna be in that day, man? You gonna be panicking. And then when they bring about the MOTB, you gonna be first in line like a straight goofy to go take it, man. Okay?
Ultimately, don't trust in the Lord to provide for you, man. To lead you to safety and to order your steps, man. Direct your paths, man.
Right. Isaiah 32 or 31 tells you that the strength of Pharaoh is going to be your shame, man. Okay? You're going to literally fall with this place because you ain't prepared yourself, man. Okay, you saw the ways of Esau. Oh, this is way better for me. I can eat. I got a bag of rice. And it's going to fail you,
I
man.
got some beans.
Right. Pork and beans, like, it's going to fail you, man. And then it says, but he shall be saved out of it. Who's that talking about? The elect of Israel, man.
That's right.
Okay? Because the Lord ain't coming back for all Israel this time, man. Because the first Exodus, hey, the Lord damn near wanted to wipe all of us out, man, because of what Nix was doing, man. This time the Lord has a remnant that's going to be saved. And the remnant is preparing themselves. Okay, the remnant is seeing the things happening before their very eyes and preparing themselves. Taking heed and taking heed to the message, man.
Yeah, but some way, somehow, you jakes out there, you just think you just so covered. You know, like sanctified.
I know. You got Jake Straight thinking that they what's the word like the crib of the crib. They think they all good, man, like the Lord is gonna pass over them. Okay? I'm good, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, been in this thing for a long time. I'm good. Then the Lord send the judgment right your way. Okay, what you gonna do? It don't matter how rich you are. Right. The Lord's gonna humble your ass, man. Yeah. You got a precept on
choice.
Real quick, right? This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11, starting at the 23rd verse. And it reads, it says, say not, what profit is there of my service? Okay? And what good things shall I have hereafter? Okay? They ain't worried about the future. Okay? They're not worried about serving Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai. It says again, at the 24th verse, it says again, say not, I have enough and possess many things. And what evil shall I have hereafter? They ain't worried about what's to come, the will of Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai. They're secure, okay? It says, in the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction, okay? You think you got it good, you on top of your game, all you rappers, all you actors, all you entertainers, all you governors, presidents, kings, you think you got it good, right? Ain't nobody, you can't be touched, right? In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction. And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. Okay? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai gonna get you. He gonna pour that fire down your back. Okay? Okay? For it is an easy thing unto the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways. Okay? You on top, you wicked, doing all manner of debauchery and abomination. Okay? But again, like I say, when you see Yahweh Hashem Yahushai crack them clouds and pour that fire down your backside between your crack, you're going to forget about all that goodness you had.
You mean between your two back pockets?
Between your two back pockets. Okay? You're going to pour that fire down there. And you're going to run like the world on fire. No place to go.
Okay, because you need to prepare yourself.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah, you get those words. I go last.
This is 1 Timothy 5 and verse 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. You know?
Come on.
And that's for men too, you know. This life, it ain't about pleasure, but you know, you got a lot of people that just love to kick it. It's never a serious moment. You know, but the scriptures say it's better to be in the house of mourning than the house of mirth, man. And it's a time to every season, and right now we in a season of mourning, man, and sackcloth, man, and waiting on the Lord, man. It's not a thing of trying to build up and just mirth. You know, the mirth is gone out this place. You see all these festivities that they used to have for these different days. Hey, that shit is going in the trash, man. Nobody is participating in this shit like that, man.
And to add to it, we hope that the continuation of the government shutdown going to November and December, and Lord willing January. Because, hey, I'll be glad to be able to not show up to these stupid-ass Thanksgiving things and you niggas eating all kind of bullshit, man. Fucking pork chops, chitlins, shitlins, you know? Because you couldn't get it with the motherfucking food stamps.
Hey, they gonna be a whole bunch of Cornish hens on
That's what I'm saying. We said that.
You eat one?
Hey, say that one, cut that one in half, man. We rationing around here, man. No more fucking sweet potato pie, niggas.
They be looking to get some black licorice and some chocolate annihilators.
You niggas gonna be throwing that day, man. We can't wait, man. And look, things are going to continue to get round up from here, man. Because I remember the elder Apostle Gabar, I think he had said that's like someone of a family, man. Okay? Yeah. Hey, the Lord's gonna break the staff of bread in this bitch, man. And you people gonna be hurt, man. Especially you fucking women, man.
Oh yeah, that's the hurt when they take that away.
Oh man, the Apostle Gabar had me laughing, man. He said, hey, this is a benefit for a lot of these women, man. Nigga, you lose some weight. Go ahead, brother. Wait, would you finish with yours?
John,
This is the book of Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 11. It says, put on the whole armor of Yahweh that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand.
Right. So the point is, being in this faith, man, you have to literally be in always constant prayer, man. Putting on the whole armor of God, because hey, if you go out in the battlefield with no armor, you're gonna be easy picking for somebody, man. Shit, you don't got nothing covering their stomach, slice. You're gonna be easy picking, man. So just imagine if you don't spiritually got your armor on, man. Satan gonna have a field day on you, man. Esau gonna come down on you and shake you up, man. Okay? And you gonna sell out real quick because you didn't put on the whole armor of God. Now you go into the whole armor.
It's like you walking into battle naked, man. Everybody else got swords, spears, shields, helmets,
fiery darts, man.
Right. And you go up and try to box somebody. This shit ain't gonna work, man.
Trying to book Ecclesiastes says, where there's no hedge, the possession is spoiled. Okay? And that don't mean just for a woman. That means for a man too. If you're not in the hedge of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you're going to be spoiled.
And you see what happened when the Lord allowed the hedge of protection to come from over Job, man.
God.
You see what happened to him, man. But the Lord preserved his life. What's going to happen to you niggas when the Lord not preserving your life, man? You going to get destroyed, man.
You niggas ain't ready.
Continuing on in verse 14, it reads, Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, that your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh. Verse 18. Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints.
And all those pieces of armor is very important. But what's the most important thing when you out in the battlefield? That shield, man.
Shield of faith.
That shield is very important, man. Okay? Because when you look at these knights and stuff like that, they don't got no shield, but they got the sword, okay? You can easily be overcome, man. But when you got that shield can be a defense and an offense, man.
They go with 300.
And 300, man. They put some shits together, you know what I mean? And they withstood the darts, man. The arrows. That is the most important thing that you need, especially being in the truth, man. You need faith, man.
You got sick of this? Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was holding that for a while.
Yeah, go ahead and get what happens when you don't have faith, man. Okay? Got some, but
I got sick of the 16, but you said you're going 15?
15 verses 1. Yeah, come.
This is Proverbs 22 and 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
Right. And if you go into the word prudent, all right, it says acting with or showing care and thought for the future. Okay? So you being prudent, man, you are taking heed and paying attention to what the hell is going on, man. All right? That's why the Lord basically forced that being prudent, man. Being wise in all your doings, man. Okay?
Not just thinking about right now, you're thinking about tomorrow and the next day. What your choices will affect tomorrow and the next day.
Exactly. You know? Like that woman, she wasn't using wisdom, okay? She went to go pick up a jacket with her son, and she lost her life because of that, man. She wasn't being prudent, she wasn't being wise, and guess what? She lost her life, man. You see why you gotta be cautious of what you're doing, man? Did not the Lord tell us that the love of many is waxing cold, man? She lost her life
doing some stupid shit. She lost her life because she couldn't tell her son no. Okay? And then you gotta watch the people you be around, like the brother said earlier. Okay, you gotta understand, we are a prey amongst these people, man.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, they, you know, like the scriptures talk about like a whore envieth a righteous woman, you know, because through the Most High's eyes, we are considered virgins unto him, you know, and these regular people of the world are jealous, you know, because they consider the whores, you know, through the certain philosophies and shit that they believe in, and so they look at you like, oh, yeah, who the hell do you think he is? You just walk in the room, you ain't saying nothing to nobody, you just existed, and they jealous.
Guess what? Light and dark.
That's right.
Yeah. Expect that though.
Yeah.
You have to expect that and just, you know,
Roll with it.
roll with it, use the scriptures, be wise in, you know, in your move making. Because yeah, these people watching, especially when shit hit the fan, man. They're gonna be looking for yeah. Well, we know we can go here and get some, or this, you know, where that one dude that was rebuking us that one day, you know, hey, it's coming to these terms, man, like the brother said, love of many wax cold. And people want they lick back. Even if you ain't laying hands on them, just bringing out the truth is like you stealing on them, hitting them or something.
Yeah.
You know, so you ain't the creeper back.
Yeah.
For real.
Hey, where the Lord is sharpening it to his sword.
Exactly. Gotta put that, Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 49. Like as a whore envieth a right and honest and virtuous woman. You know?
Keep reading.
Right? And it says, so shall righteously hate iniquity when she decketh herself, shall accuse her to her face. When he cometh, that shall defend him, that diligently search out every sin upon earth.
That's right. So basically, like, just you existed because you had the truth. Everybody else is a liar. You know, they believe in false gods and false ideologies, and they have a false sense of safety. You know, and you basically show the mirror to them like what they ain't and what they will never be. So they get mad at that. You know, they feelings get hurt and they ego get bruised. Right. But that's all a part of the process because we all went through that.
Once your fist is come.
Right. Because the Lord has to break you down, whatever it is that you've done before the truth, your way of thinking, how you dealt with your woman, whoever. Right, how you deal with your brother, all that gets broken down, and you basically become as a child again to learn all over.
This is Sirach 13, verse 13.
Not yet.
It says, observe and take good heed, for thou walkest in the peril of thy overthrow. When thou hearest these things, awake in thy sleep. And again, the council is talking about who you're dealing with, especially somebody higher above you. Be careful what you say, all these things. He say you walking in the peril of your overthrow, which is true. Every day we walk in the peril of our overthrow, so you got to make smart decisions. And he says, when thou hearest these things, awaken thy sleep. So, meaning stay ready, like the brother said, so you don't have to get ready. Don't walk around like you're a fool out here. Actually, walk like you got a head on your swivel on your head. You know what I'm saying? Your head on the swivel, so to speak. Act like you actually got a head between your two shoulders. Alright? And then I got we talking about the pleasure, luxurious life people want to live. As Isaiah 56, verse 10 says, if watchmen are blind, they are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs, they cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough, and they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone for his gain from his quarter. Come ye, say they, I will fetch wine, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be as this day, and much more abundant. So that's the attitude of these guys. Let's just live it up, pleasure, all the way. We're going to keep living it up no matter what. And as the scripture says, they thought it was a pleasure to riot in the daytime. So at the time, where they really should be taken seriously, they using it rather to just party and play, when this is really not the time for that. Okay? And you know what, I had another one, Chris Lock. This is Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes, yeah, 10, verse 16. It says, "Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. Blessed art thou, O land, when thy son, it's like when thy king is the son of nobles, and thy princes eat in due season for strength, and not for darkness." It's like, and not for drunkenness. Right, so woe to this land, because one, Esau is in charge. Okay, he's a big child, trying to build up our all home, the White House, etc., while his own country is falling. That's woe to thee. But then it says, "Blessed art thou." Well, it says, "Woe to them because they choose to do all this stuff in the wrong time." Partying and playing and murk all that in the wrong time. But blessed is the land when the king do all those things in due season and for strength and not drunkenness, meaning everything is calculated on time. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just for pleasure, because a lot of these people who enjoy these pleasures, they have to keep moving and staying high and drunk because they can't stand to sit by themselves and reflect on themselves because they did too much evil. So they have to keep moving and have to keep this high to the next high. They have to be intoxicated. They have to, because being sober destroys them, and dealing with reality is too much to bear. Right. A lot of these people dealing with the truth, it's just too much to bear. So they're going to pretend like the martial law truth. By the way, Trump is trying to get them all in all 50 states by April, which literally means, look at it like next month, because that's how fast time is moving. Right. November 1st is Saturday, next Saturday. So we're already at the end of the year. April will be here tomorrow. That's how fast it is, And all of those people who thought pleasure to riot in the daytime, didn't want to eat the bitter herb, marrying and partying just like in the days of Noah.
Want to eat romaine lettuce.
Comfort Israelites that want to be comforted and party and play. Those are the ones that's going to be like the 5 foolish virgins. And in the end, they're going to say, "Oh, give us of your oil." So they'll say, "Go to the cells and buy me and go figure it out."
That's the woman trait, man. Want to be comfortable 24/7. Never. Facing the adversity. You always trying to look for a way to soften it up, or lighten the blow. Yeah, you ain't gonna grow like that. And then you're not gonna be ready for when that day comes. You ain't gonna know how to handle nothing.
Yeah, that's bitch ass Esau's, thought process, man, because he raised this generation like that. Because just like when you go to the motherfucking grocery store and they got their little punk ass pink kids falling out in the store because they want Captain Crunch, but they got Cheerios, they fall out and the fucking parents just give in to them, and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So they went on and just basically just put that from Head Start point, going into kindergarten and on through school. They train your kids, the Israelite children, right? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, train you how to be a fucking weakling in the mind, to be a pussy about life. Just like the brother had said a little bit earlier. I don't mean to ramble. I got a scripture, but it's like we're men, okay? We ain't no punk ass faggots that you want somebody to speak to you soft. Yeah. Anytime you look at any example of the men in the scriptures, they were hard, they were rough men. You see, and people, our people as well as the other nations, they get offended in that shit. And then, it's like you divert a little bit, just like if you go to let's say you have to go to a dentist or a doctor, and you get one of these other nation motherfuckers, the first thing they do is try to attack you because they already know your spirit, right? So they try to put you on the defense. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like Elon. They love to fucking talk down to you before you even open your mouth. Like I had one try to tell me what was wrong with me. I'm like, how the fuck you gonna tell me what's wrong with me before I even tell you? You know, I ain't even tell you what the problem is yet. You gonna try to fucking tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm alluding to. You know, it's these other nation people, but behind Esau, they've weakened everybody. You know, with their fucking doctrines and philosophies and thoughts and processes and fucking hypotheticals and all of this other shit.
Just talk to me nice, era.
Right. I do have a precept.
Just like the people say, speak unto a smooth thing.
Yeah.
The smooth shit get you killed.
Hey, for real.
The thing is, Jake is an Ezra. So the Lord knows how to deal with his own people. And he knows how to get that message to him. He's going to give you that street talk. Okay, a lot of times that street talk, that old grandpa speech, you know, where he just give it to you raw and straight. You know what I'm saying? Make fun of your ass in the midst of it.
Right.
That's the Lord knows how to get through. The Lord talks to his people like that.
Okay.
When he say you off in the stiff neck, that's the same as us saying you go hard-headed, rock-head ass niggas. That's the same thing the Lord speaking when he speaks to our people.
That's right.
Yeah, because Salaki again, I often see people trying to parent Jake in this weak ass. I'm like, that shit ain't gonna work. We don't learn like that. You can't reprimand us like that. And I speak for myself too, because man, we hard knock learners as Israelites. That's just what it is. So you gotta be talked to like that, you know.
Then you appreciate it later on.
Yeah, when that lesson come, you be like, man, that's what they were talking about.
That's right. Okay, this is one of my favorite scriptures. There's so much in it. 1 John 2:15, it says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. And that's what we see in our people and all these other knuckleheads walking around here. You know, they so filled with pride. You know what I mean? Going on, it says, it's not of the Father, but is of the world, and the world passeth away in the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of Yahweh abideth forever. Little children, verse 18, it is the last time. And as ye have heard that anti-Mashiach, or Antichrist as is written, shall come. And there's a lot of false spirits out here that are claiming to be of Yahweh Mashiach, right? In a matter of speaking. A lot of these people are not in the spirit of the Lord. Who think that they are, have convinced thousands that they are, you know, and these fucking souls follow them blindly.
That's why
you know what I mean?
That's where y'all church at.
Right. You know, finishing it out, it says, even now are there many anti-Mashiachs, whereby we know that it is the last time. So all signs are showing you, right, with the coming famine, Jacob's trouble, martial law, false prophets rising up almost weekly, okay? As the brother was stating earlier, like, it's going to be a time like never before, right? So think of a time period in history where all of this was happening at the same time. I can't think of one, you know, but look at everything that's happening now, as this prophecy says, all at once. You know what I mean? That's all I got, brother.
So it's going to be worse.
Right. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, starting at the first verse, and it reads, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Can I do 3?
God. When it says, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy I will put in thy mouth. Hey, that's the men of the Lord that's out there on the highways and byways and hedges, man. And it says, cause them to be written in paper because they are faithful and true, man. These writings and these sayings are faithful and true, man. Okay? So when we go into these scriptures and telling you, Jakes, be prepared so you don't have to be prepared. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready, so you can already know what the hell to do, man. All right? Because right now you should be preparing yourself mentally, spiritually, and physically. That's why I've been on the elder apostles lately, like, hey, brothers should be getting in shape. Okay? Brothers should be exercising and stuff. Brothers should be changing their diet. They ain't saying that just to put Jake down, man. They say that so you can be able to stand within the day of eating, man.
That's beneficial. Man.
Right. And who you think that's coming from? That's coming from the Lord himself, man. Through the powers, through the elder apostles, man. Okay? Keep going, bro.
Verse 3, it says, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. And those are the people who don't want to get ready. Okay? To come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle. And in those days, stop by, get ready. And in those evils, even be as pilgrims on the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away. And he that buyeth, as one that will lose. And he that occupieth merchandise, as he that has no profit buying. And he that buildeth, as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth, as if he should not reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard, as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry, as they that shall not, they shall get no children, and they that marry not, as the widows. And therefore they that labor, labor in vain. Okay? And this is what the brother going into, okay? If you go read up earlier, it talks about how the plagues come like a woman in the night. Let me just get it, okay? Salaki, right? It says, behold the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods whom the Lord spake. Okay, these false gods. Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack. Listen to this. When a woman with child in the 9th month brings forth her son, 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. So that's just like when a woman get ready to have a child, okay, the pains come and they leave off a little bit. And then, they contractions. And that's how these plagues come upon the earth. Okay, I don't remember the exact quote, but the elder Apostle Tahar and all the elders say, 10 years can happen in a week. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And that's how the labor pains come. When they come, they hurt, and they endure for a while, then they kind of slack off, but then they come again. And that's how the women are when they in their 9th month, right? It says 2 or 3 hours of her 2 or 3 hours of her great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child come forth, they slack not a moment. Okay? And that's when Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gonna come. Okay? The troubles come and slack off, But when Yahweh Shai come, all the plagues, they're gonna come all at the same time. Okay? Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn. You see that? Okay? Okay, like as a whore envieth a righteous, honest, virtuous woman, so shall the righteous hate iniquity when she well, we just read that earlier, didn't we? Okay, so shall the righteous hate iniquity when she decketh herself, and shall accuse her to her face when he cometh, that shall defend him that diligently search out every sin upon the earth. See that? Okay. The water for the pressure.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, and them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. I'm talking about you two-third nation of Israel. Right, verse 11. For this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. Right, so yeah, you people, you have pleasure in unrighteousness. You know, Jake, you the face of unrighteousness. You saw Edom, the wicked, as he said that he was going to be revealed. Okay? He made you the face of drugs. He made you the face of boredom. He made you the face of sodomy. He made you the face of what? Abortions. He made you the face of food stamps. You know, he made you the face of everything. Rock that, bro.
This is 19.
That's right. And right. And yeah, because you in that delusion. Like here it is, you know nothing. That's like somebody coming in you know, somebody who's not a mechanic, coming into my shop and telling me how to do a brake job or whatever. You know, like if you know so much, then why didn't you do it your damn self? You know? But you telling me how to do my job. Alright? And that's pretty much what y'all doing to the prophets. You know? Like you ain't read shit. You ain't read shit. Don't know shit. But you got everything to say. Alright? Like fucking tired of you people, man.
Right, and they want to say, well, that's your interpretation of the Bible. Okay.
Right.
You gonna be destroyed. Fuck you. That's the only thing we can say to you, man. Because you Jakes be trying to find any kind of avenue to avoid seeking after Yahweh Shemi Shai. But at the end of the day, that avenue still comes up, man. Okay, and you still try to dodge it, man.
Right. And you're not gonna dodge the destruction, man.
Nope.
Yeah. Hey, everybody got a plan, you know.
What you gotta do.
Right. And this is the scripture talk about 2 Ezra 15. We was reading it earlier. It said, because of their pride, the city shall be broken down. You know, then you people out there are prophet, man. Damn. Yeah, damn.
There's that one woman that said we need to start sharing is caring, and you need to get close with the neighbor, and they shut it off. We have to work together. But here's the thing, okay? The pandemic already showed that the people won't do what's necessary to survive. Ain't gonna be no rationing and okay, let's leave something in there. They took every damn thing, right? Because it was too afraid to be without. Why? Because America never had to go through nothing like that. So their pride, ain't nobody gonna do the right thing. Okay, work with your neighbors. You're gonna be trying to get away from your neighbor. The neighbor gonna be looking to try to take what you got.
Hey, 2 Ezra 15.
Esau engineered that shit like that. For these people not to be neighborly. Everybody is for themselves. And that started, you know, years ago. Because every time when, shoot, your neighbor thinks somebody could whip your ass for your purse if they caught you doing something. Now, nobody wants to, oh, that's my, you know, so
Don't you be touching my son.
the village raise a child thing is done away with. And everybody is selfish and out for self, you know?
This, hey, it's like it, bro. This all goes back to the hand of the white man, number one, and the so-called black woman. You know, his lapdog, his lackey.
Like, you came and, like, I don't even remember the last time, you know, you can ask your neighbor for some shoes. You know, that shit gonna be over with. It been over with, man.
1997.
Like, I quite sure back in your brother's days, that was quite common. Like, hey, man, you got some bread, man. You know, I don't feel like going to the store or nothing like that, you know? Get a couple loaves of bread, you know? It's simple. Nowadays, nigga, give me your damn bread, nigga. That's it. Or you gonna die. That's what it's gonna be, man.
You know, when they shut these food stamps off, okay? Don't be surprised you get on the news and see people getting took for their groceries, okay? Ain't no sharing, okay? You're gonna come out Aldi's or wherever, and it's gonna be on. You gotta go get the groceries, put it in the cart and buy for it, then you gotta fight to get it home, okay? And that's 2 Ezra 15, like the brother was saying. You know, sedition among men.
Yeah, your neighbor gonna break in your house to take your food, man.
Better park close to that close to the damn door. You know what I'm saying? Better come out with maybe just the air, comfortable.
Oh, they watching.
They ain't big.
Regular people, crackheads, all that.
Knock your ass out, man. This is the book of Mark, chapter 13, and verse 33. I thought at 32. Yeah, but of that day and that hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. For the Son of Man is as a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants, and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at even, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning, lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. And what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch.
Right. So hey, the only begotten Son don't know when his return is coming. The angels don't know. We don't know. But hey, this is Yahweh Shah speaking. Say, hey, watch you therefore to pray. Okay. It was clues, man. He left us clues, signs, and wonders, man. Okay? And you would be a fool not to be paying attention, man. Okay? You seeing the evil times right now. You still ain't reading the room and paying attention, man. Okay? Jake don't give a damn what's going on. He waiting on NBA, 2K, whatever, GTA 6, you know? He ain't paying attention to what the hell's going on, man.
Right. And everything that happens, oh, we got this before GTA 6. Who the fuck care about that shit, man? You better be paying attention to what the hell going on. Right. Just like John 20 said, man. This man is almost about to complete his enterprise. Well, he's not going to be able to fully complete it, so what that tell you, man? We right here. We right here, man. All the stage is set for this man to have this global domination. But he won't fully reach it, but shit, everything is set in place for him to roll it on out.
Hey, two words I remember Brother Tazwa moved to it. Creeping normality and gradualism, man.
Yeah.
Hey, this devil, he's gradually putting shit in your face, man. Whereas everything gonna be digital now, man. Okay? They got the Walgreens set up already. Okay? They have the facial recognition.
Public transportation.
It's going to get to the point where
These jobs too. So like,
hey, they gonna bring that see him, man. But hey,
The foundation for it is already set.
set.
I don't care where you go, whether you see an electric kiosk, it's right down there where we teach at, okay? I mean, the cameras, the surveillance, okay? And even this new ID, okay? Which I was listening to Apostle Tahar, he was like, that's a federal ID. They doing away with locals, like state rule, okay? They're trying to make everything federal, okay? So, right, so the groundwork and the hardware for this MO dot to the B, okay, it's already set, man. It's already set, like we said earlier. Mexico went full CBDC, okay? So in order for them to flip, it ain't gonna take nothing. We already seen what happened over there in the UK, okay? Switzerland said, fuck it, we just gonna do it, okay?
yeah, over there in Switzerland, they all basically chipped up over there.
Right, and quiet as kept, it's a lot of people over here chipped up, okay? Because they have laws, right, on the books that say you can't do it, right? It's not forced, but a lot of people voluntarily take it because of these companies looking toward what's coming in the future. Well, oh, it's coming, so we might as well go ahead and do it. So you can either take it now voluntarily, or when it comes, you won't have a job. So people are like, all right, let me just go on and take it. You know, they still at some point still pushing that for them to take that. Okay.
Yeah, like they got the smart meters going on now, like at your house.
Yeah.
Both your gas and electric. Like I sent the video of the Edomite, I listened to the video on it. She caught them coming in to swap out her whole meter for a smart meter. And it was only because she caught them and she said, no, I don't want that. She refused it. So they said, okay, well then you got to pay this $11 each month. But the thing is, they eventually going to stop that too. You know, you like, that's fine, I'll pay the $11. But eventually they're going to come and do it anyway. Because first of all, they was already doing it without your knowledge and your consent.
Right.
They just going to come and do it anyway. And one of those smart meters going to be used for to from a computer, turn your shit off. They already just rolling that out. You know what I'm saying?
Because they, them Aspire guys, they getting shot at because they take their gas off, man. Now they can just turn the shit off with a flick of a
God,
switch.
that's what you already said. Like, don't pay your bill. See what happened. You come home, the lights ain't on. You go down in the basement. You clicking. Clack, 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 clack. The meter outside running. You think, oh, I got electricity. No, they don't. They at the office at delete. Just like they gonna turn the MOTV off. Okay.
They can't cut our heat off.
Right, no, listen, everything Esau, what is it called? Auto app chaos.
Yeah.
It's total control. Okay? Right, you say something crazy. You take that MOTV, they're gonna cut that off too.
Go shut your ass down. This is I was just saying, like right now in China, you know, they got certain people that's they shut off from the system, so they just basically outside homeless, you know.
Right. You saw that too, brother, down there in Texas. Shahar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 14 and verse 13. Now therefore set thy house in order and reprove thy people, comfort such as them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Let go from thee mortal thoughts and cast away the burdens of men. Put off now the weak nature. Right, because you can't be thinking like a woman in that day, man. Well, what if? No, you gotta be like, okay, I know Yahweh to be outside, said this is going to happen. This is Jeremiah 30, this is Revelation 13, verses 15 to 16, okay? And the Lord said he's gonna take care of his servants. You gotta have faith, man. Okay? You can't let these mortal thoughts affect you in that day. Which we still in the flesh. You know, we gonna see some things that might shake us up. But you can't be overly consumed in it, over it, man. Alright? And it says, and then set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from the time. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter, man. So hey, there's going to be great evils upon this planet, man. Okay, Esau gonna make it move, man. Alright? You jakes over too busy trying to have fun and shit, man. But guess what? When that day comes, you can't say, oh, I didn't know. Nah, man. You gonna be in deep shit in that day, man. Okay? Toss brother, First Thessalonians 5, yeah, read it Ephesians. Go and get that. Keep it Sirach 5 and 7. Read the sword. Come on. They only got 2 more precepts.
1 Thessalonians 5 and 6.
Let's start at verse 1.
Okay. It says, but the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Right. Because here it is, they're going to bring about things as a means of belief, okay? Especially with the digital ID, they seal the mark of the beast, okay? They try to make it as convenient as possible. They want to speak to you as a lamb, but behind that is the dragon, okay? You don't take it like the brother said over there in China, they can cut you off from society, man. But this time, it's going to be, they're going to want to behead you because you didn't want to get down with the system. Okay, so that's why, you know, we're pushing the sense of urgency to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Okay, because they saying peace and safety now, but hey, sudden destruction is going to come. Okay, keep going up.
But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not children of the night, nor of darkness.
Right, because hey, we not lost, okay, especially us that's of the circumcision. We not lost, we know what things gonna happen, man. But those that's of the darkness, They don't know what the hell is going on, man.
They don't know these scriptures.
Right, they trying to find every single remedy. They seeking after different guys. You know, niggas seeking after Buddha, man. Okay? Niggas seeking after Allah. Okay? Krishna, whatever God, man. Just trying to find some help, man. You niggas never consider Yahweh Shemiel Shai. You see the Hebrew Israelites all over the country, okay, on the highways and byways of Hindu. What do you niggas do? You laugh, mock, and scorn, man. Okay? All on TikTok, making fun of us. But guess what? You gonna be the butt end of my joke, man.
Right. Yeah, hey, that's the spirit. I literally just did that video that says how people love to reject the Most High, His word, and the prophets. You know, had that one nigga walking past IUIC, you know, giving out flyers. That's why we not coming out here to give out flyers. He like, oh yeah, here go these Israelites. You know, he purposely walked past so when they try to give him a flyer so he can reject it. You know, like.
Is that to do with the bull?
Nah.
His ass. You seen that video?
Yeah.
Boy, this motherfucker pushed his ass so damn hard. Nigga did a whole backflip, man. We got up in cuffs. Like, damn, why don't get in cuffs that quick? Beat that boy ass in the cuffs. That's what his ass get, man.
Yeah, like here it is. You coming up against, you know, people that's trying to help you, and even though IUIC is off. Right, they off as hell and they arrogant, but they still telling you that you Israel and that you gotta repent, you know, and you don't want to hear it. But whatever, man, shit, that's on you, because you're gonna have to give account for it in that day. Because the Lord is gonna put all of us through the test, all of us, and guess what? He knows who's gonna pass, and deep down inside, you know if you're gonna pass or not. Like you know how far you willing to go.
That's gonna be the fate of a lot of you scoffers and scorners, man. Okay? You gonna get put down, man. Alright? Because really, the Lord have mercy on that dude, man. Them damn devils could have literally pounded your ass into the damn earth, man. And here it is, he a coon, man. His ass talk all that shit about Jake, but your ass got straight leveled out by some Edomites, man. That'll go to show you, you doing all that just to get fucked up by Esau, man. Right. You trying to trim your ways to seek love, and your enemy punish your ass. Oh, no, you're black. You're black. That back lost. That back will fuck you up.
Verse 6, therefore let us not sleep as the other. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation. For Yahweh hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua Mashiach.
Right. See that? You know, so hey, for they that sleep, sleep at night, meaning they still lost, man. They just don't want to wake up. They want to continue to be comfortable, okay, even after hearing the word, okay? And it says they that be drunken are drunken in the night, but let us who are the day be sober. Okay, we are watching into prayer, okay? We are seeing the signs of the time, all right? And then we see what we met as the 2nd Ezra 9 says to do. Measure down the time diligently within itself, okay? Because you are not sober, you are drunk. You are asleep, okay? You see it when a drunk person sleep, you can't even wake them up, man. You like, hey man, get up, get up. You can punch them, everything. They don't get up, man. Just as much as we try to give these people in the world, especially Jake, you so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans, we try to give you this word, you be like, ah man, I don't know about that, man. God-hating white people, that's just not feasible. Well, all right, you can go about your day, man. Okay?
And they say that because it's fair and gives them a chance to be on top, man. It's fair. That don't mean he's dealing with them like he's dealing with us. That don't mean they're not finna get judged. You know.
Yeah, out of all the things that happened to Israel, they don't have nothing to say about that, about slavery and all that. But when it's a so-called white man turn to be in slavery, not everybody is in the uproar.
Oh no, we all should get along. Esau ain't say that about us.
Man, that shit's sick, man.
That's Stockholm Syndrome, man. I told you to be 7. Yeah, 7.
You talking to me, right?
Yeah, 7.
Revelation 16.
Okay, so go ahead, bring that in.
The Proverbs 24.
Oh, yeah, you did that.
Okay. This is the book of Proverbs 24, verse 27. And it reads, it says, prepare thy work without, and make it fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thine house. Be not a witness against thy neighbor without cause, and deceive not with thy lips.
Verse 27 was the point. It says, prepare thy work without and make it fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thy house. Basically, prepare it, you know? Because if you ain't doing nothing, you ain't preparing yourself, you ain't building on a good foundation, then you are going to be swept away. That's why the Lord said, build the foundation upon a rock. And who is the rock? It's the house side. Okay? So if you ain't building your house with the right material, and you bring in these impurities and it's soft, you know, it's going to collapse upon you, man. So you have to be able to prepare yourself, man. You know, so prepare thy work, man. You know, be ready, man. So you don't have to get ready, man. Because there's going to be a lot of chicks want to get ready at the last minute. I mean, you brother, don't you hate when somebody, you telling somebody you on the way, and then they start getting ready at the last minute? That's going to piss you off, man. How you think the Lord going to feel? He like, know what? Leave that nigga, man. You know, I got an auntie like that. She, man, she say she on the way, and you get ready at the last minute, she leaving your ass, man. Now, how much more the Lord, man? The Lord like, oh, you want to get ready at the last minute? Oh, shit, you ain't get it saved. The Lord is coming for those that got their clothes on, they ready to go, okay? That's why the scripture is talking about, you know, keep your garments white, man. You know, you always ready, all right? Get that Proverbs 16.
Revelation 16 and 15, and it reads, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
Yeah. Hey, once again, this is the Lord saying he's coming fast and thief. All right? The Lord is warning you, Jake, that he is coming like a thief, man. All right? And it says, and blessed is he that keepeth watch. You keeping watch for what? The signs and the times, man. All right? You measuring down the times diligently, man. All right? And it says, and keeping his garment, meaning you keeping purity, man. Meaning what? You teaching 100% truth, man. All right, you ain't having no spots in your garment, man. Okay, you are ready. All right, as we were just talking about, you know, hey, if you ain't ready, you gonna get left, man. All right, you want to get ready at the last minute. Then it says, lest ye walk naked and they see his shame. Okay, you gonna be exposed, man. Okay, you gonna be done for, basically, man. All right. Go ahead, brother. That's all the truth. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus of Sirach, chapter 5, verse 7. Matter of fact, let me start at 6. And say not, his mercy is great. He will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation rested upon sinners. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Right. Make no tarrying. You know, what does it mean to tarry? Mean to be sitting there, man. Okay? You are going to be destroyed in a way, man. Okay? And it says that put not off from day to day, man. Because, hey, you should be abounding in the work, man. Okay, because you're abounding in the work, hey, you always being ready. Okay? Versus the jig that's not doing anything, you just like, shit, man. You show up, you how about Shneel Shabbat? Nah, you don't got no works, man. Okay? The Lord don't want a guy like that. He want a brother, a son that's putting in the work, man. Okay? We are laboring. We are labormen. Okay? We gotta be always working, man. Okay? Doing these videos, studying, you know, and growing in the knowledge, man. Okay? Versus you settling into like, shit, I'm cool where I'm at, man. Deuteronomy 28, that's it. Okay? You see what happens to a lot of chicks that's stuck just there, man. They don't grow and they end up falling out. Okay?
Yeah, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 13, and verse 47. It reads, "Again, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, which when it was full, they draw it to shore, set it down, and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just, shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth." So when we look at that, you think about it, you know, the word is a sifter, right? And the Lord sent the prophets in this day and in this time with his word to sift these people. The word is a dragnet. It goes and pulls in all kinds of fish. Those that are bad, cast away. You know, so like what the brother's saying, you know, you being unjust and wicked, you're gonna be cast away. Okay? The Lord is only gonna keep those who keep his word. Now, true enough, all of us, you know, out there, everybody's not going to be a prophet, everybody's not going to be a teacher. You know, brothers will be believers, sisters will be believers, and so on. You know, but if the Spirit is on you to be a prophet and a teacher, then that's what the Spirit is going to have you do. Right? In conjunction with that, I'm going to go to Revelation 22:11, and says that he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. He that is holy, let him be holy still. Verse 12, "And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be." So like the brother was saying, you ain't doing anything, you're sitting on your leaves, taking your rest, you just know how to say, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and puff on your fucking joint, or whatever it is you got. Hey man, that's bad business. You know, you unjust. You got it, man.
The Lord don't want a guy like that, man. The Lord wants a guy that's going to dial in the work, that's going to constantly be doing what he's supposed to be doing, man. Okay? The Lord don't want no lazy man, okay? Yes, sir. Because the Lord, hey, if you try to be lazy and the Lord dealing with you, he'll put that fire underneath you, man.
Absolutely.
Okay? And then sometimes we need that, man. Okay? Some guys, they are hearing the warning and it's like, they ain't referring to me, man. You know, I'm good. You know?
This is James chapter 2 and verse 17. "Even so, faith, if it have not works, is dead being alone.
Right.
Yea, a man may say thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. Thou believest that there is one God, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble."
Right.
You know, like, and this is Paul. This is James talking to Jake. You know, and because Jake always say, "Yeah, as long as I believe in God." Like, nah, bro, it's bigger than that. You know, like, not to say the Most High ain't big enough, but the Most High got certain guidelines and laws and protocols that you have to follow. All right, in order for you to be accepted in this thing, okay? Because it said the devils also believe. Hey, Esau believe in the Most High. Hey, Esau knows he's at least they know that they're the Edomites. Okay, right, and that's the spirit that the Lord gave him. You know, Proverbs 16:4. The Lord made all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked from the day of evil. Right. All right, I'm gonna keep going. It says, verse 20, "But wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead?" Right, it says, you a vain person. Like these so-called Christians, because the real Christians are the men of the Lord. They follow the Messiah. All right, they ain't calling on Jesus. They not eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, oysters, squid. Right. Okay. They not lining up their damn beard. All right. They not getting linings. Okay. They not getting tattoos. Right. You know, I had this one dude I went to high school with. He said his pastor told him, "Oh, you can get a tattoo just as long as it's a Bible scripture or praying hands and some bullshit like that." You know? And
destroyed, man.
that's right. And which that nigga just wanted to get a tattoo anyway. So and he pretty much gave him the shit that he wanted to hear. Because he was gonna do it anyway. It says, verse 21, was not Abraham my father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? Seest thou how faith wrought works, and by works was faith made perfect. And the scripture was fulfilled, which saith, Abraham believed the Most High, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness. And he was called the friend of the Most High. Ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only. Likewise also was not Rahab the harlot justified by works, when she had received the messengers, and had sent them out another way. But as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. Right? Because they go hand in hand. If you got faith, that means you got works. If you got works, obviously you got faith. Okay? You can't have one without the other.
And all that stems to you having the fear of the Lord. Okay? Because you know what the Lord can do. Okay? And I got to put that. This is Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leave, that say in their heart, Yahweh would do no good, neither would he do no evil. Right. Today, the Lord doing that. He's constantly doing it. Searching Jerusalem with candlesticks, man, to see if you doing the work, man. Okay? And that's how the Spirit seek you out, man. All right? Because, hey, man, if you settle on the leaves, it's going to show, man. Okay? You putting up a video every here and there. Okay? It's asking you to break down this. You don't, oh, man, you know, I don't know. Then you get asked again, I don't know. Then at that point, you just really you ain't really about this, man. And then eventually, the Spirit will kick you out, man. Okay? This is Proverbs 21 and 25. Despite their desires, the lazy will come to ruin when their hands refuse to work. And it's just like in this truth, man, if you're not doing the work, it's just inevitable you're gonna fall out, man. Hell, there was brothers that was doing the work, but they heart wasn't just they mind wasn't in it, man. They was looking for reason to put the plow down. Because what? The curves of this world, man. And now what? This world is fucking finna pass away.
And they finna pass away right along with it.
Man. It's not an even trade-off, man. The ways of the Lord are equal, man. Anything you niggas is trying to do out here is not gonna be equal, man. Yeah. To the Lord's ways. It's gonna be a damn burden to you in the end.
That's right. Like any way outside of Yahweh Shemiah Shah is death.
Yeah.
You know, that's why the Lord is very adamant about going through the straight gate.
That's our
There's only one way. That's it.
It's our only help, man. All right, we're not gonna get help from our enemies.
Right.
Your mama. Hey, it's only one way, man. That's why Scripture says that I am the way, the truth, and the life, man.
Right. That's that straight gate.
Right.
And you got niggas out here, why I gotta go here, man. Okay, you gonna see why, nigga. You gonna see why. We need help.
Yeah, hey.
That's that pride, man, that's gonna get you niggas killed, man.
Right. Narrow is the way. Straight is the way and broad is the way, man. A lot of you niggas want to go into the broad way, man. And it's gonna get you destroyed, man. Okay?
Man, D-Man was talking about that other D-Man. All the guys who put down the plow, just imagine what they thinking now. This ride, these coming, you know they like, man.
Cause you're not finna be able to do shit no way. Like, it really don't make sense, man. Really
Down
don't
the
make
cloud
sense.
for moments, just a few seconds of pleasure, man. No way, man.
Just a few moments of not having to do no work. Now, you thinking like, man, I should have just, you know what I'm saying? It's not an even trade-off, man. It's not, man.
Yeah, it's like going bankrupt. You know, just lose everything.
Book of Romans chapter 12, because if you have, everybody got their gifts right, so everything you're supposed to be doing is supposed to be into the betterment of the body. You don't just sit on those gifts for nothing. So everything, whatever you do have, you're supposed to be using it for the betterment. You know, you got sisters who make garments, right? They provide that service. You got brothers who are herbalists, they provide that service. If it's on them to do it, they're supposed to do it in sincerity towards the body. As Romans 12:4, whereas we have many members in one body, all members have not the same office. So being many are one body in the Lord, and every member is one of another. Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given unto us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith. Or ministry, let us wait on our ministry, or he that teacheth on teaching, or he that exhorteth on exhorting, or he that giveth, let him give, do it with simplicity. He that ruleth with diligence, he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. So bottom line is, whatever your gift is, you're supposed to be using it for the betterment of the body, not idle hands, sitting and slacking, you know, because you'd rather do something else or whatever it is. So whatever you have is supposed to be to the betterment of the body. You know, I do see some videos, some sisters that just do lessons specifically for sisters. You know what I'm saying? And how to be a wife, or how to cook, or make this, or whatever. I just look at that as they trying to earn their spot. You know what I'm saying? You know, and sisters listening, etc. Brothers and sisters make garments, which is good, because brothers need somebody to go to get that, some herbs, or jewel stones, whatever it is they have is using it for the ministry. That's what you're supposed to do it for. You're not just some idle hands, just doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be for the body, for the betterment, so that you can be saved. So the point is, you're supposed to be putting it to work, at least in the body, or doing something. You know?
Scripture talk about what the item is used for wickedness that you understand, because when you are settling on your knees, you're allowing all bunch of kind of wickedness to enter, man. Okay? That's why you gotta be busy within this faith, man. Okay? Always tuning into the videos, okay, doing the videos, doing other things that's beneficial for you in the ministry, man. Okay, to keep your lamp on fire, man. Okay, because if you're not doing that which is conducive to you with the being in the faith, the Lord can shut your candle out and just put you to death, man. And that's what's gonna happen to a lot of guys, man. Okay, so everybody got it.
Yeah, just that also that Yahweh Shah talks about the napkin.
Right.
The Lord, only got this one little, and the Lord said you should have did something with it. So whatever you got, you're supposed to do something with it. You just can't say, well, I don't have the gift of exhortation. Okay, but do you have the gift of teaching? Then teach. You know, you like history, you like the specific history, you can break it down, break it down. You know, I remember I told the old camp there, I actually told him, I said, man, I was being honest, I was like, I see why the Lord set you up. I said, you know how to explain stuff to our people, and in street terms, so they can get it. He was like, yeah, I know how to break it down to where even a nigga can get it. And you took that gift and you ain't did shit with it. That's messed up. You know, you acknowledging that the Lord gave you a gift for something and you ain't even use it.
It's a wasted talent.
Just wasted. Like, that's something good. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you have, man, the breakdowns, teaching, exhorting, just a lot of times when brothers go into knowing how to deal with women and keeping your strength, a lot of brothers need to hear that. Everything has its appropriate time. That's how the Spirit moves. Right. You know, my next lesson might be on prophecy. This brother's next lesson might be on history. This brother's next lesson might be on Christian church or whatever it is, because it's all fitting and conducive to the body, right. Many members. So whatever you can say, man, I ain't that good when it comes to the breakdown or the Hebrew. Well, you use your strength and talents to put a best foot forward, then you got to show effort that you want to learn. You know,
Right.
the Hebrew really is not hard.
You
Not hard at
you
all.
can't just be stubborn.
Yeah, you gotta grow.
You gotta at least put forth some type of effort. That's where your how much smell shot is looking
And we
for.
work with you, you know.
Took the word
Right.
right on the
Yeah, a lot of times you see something or hear something, you that fire come like, oh, I gotta get. I forgot what it was I was telling you around. I was like, well, when I seen that shit, I was beelining into the crib. I had to get a video done real quick. Instantly, like I forgot what it was, but it was something that just happened last week, and it was like, I got a beeline into the crib.
And I'm gonna share this quick dream that I had, man. It was over, I think it was Friday, and I remember it was Apostle Gabar talking to brothers, man. And basically it was something regarding like, you know, brothers need to basically grow. And basically the elder Apostle Gabar is like, you brothers got into April, man. You know, to basically get your shit together, man. You know, if you don't get your shit together, then hey, you're gonna have to get excommunicado, bro. You know, because there's a lot of brothers that just don't want to do shit, man. Okay? And hey, that's just a spiritual warning, you know. Hey, the Lord gonna be sifting brothers out, man. Okay?
Yeah, I just mentioned this in my video last night. You know, like even in the kingdom, you know, like Lord willing, I make it. You constantly gonna be learning about different elements. Constantly gonna be learning about people, judgment. All right. It's innumerable galaxies out there, innumerable solar systems and planets and things to see. You know, you constantly gonna be learning. You know, like the best way of how to move. You know, how to build or whatever. But yeah, hey, those palaces and stuff need to be built.
It's a part of growing. I had to get cursed out before, but I understood it's for love. And even on the job, sometimes you gotta get cursed out for you to grow.
And embarrassed, man.
And embarrassed.
Yeah.
To the basic way, I think one point is, I was told at one point, look, you gonna be like this, like you was today, don't show up tomorrow. Guess what? I showed up tomorrow with my A game. You know what I'm saying? I didn't just leave, but you know, I was frustrated, had a bad day. I was told, you're gonna show up like this, don't show up tomorrow. I showed up tomorrow and I brought my A game. You know what I'm saying? That's part of it. You know, that's what the Lord wants us to get you up. We want you to make it. Like when our brothers read, this isn't for our destruction, it's for to be destroyed. I think I read it. So that we can make it, so that we can be saved. So you gotta have that fire lit, you gotta have that fire lit.
And again, that's Jake gonna learn like that. You can't come talking nice to Jake. And you know, I see it in children when they're young. Man, they gonna look at these little 1, 2, they gonna look at you like you a damn fool and go back to doing what the hell they do. As soon as you raise your voice, or you know what I'm saying, be real stern with them, or you know, I steer with them, they tighten up. It's just Jake, man. You gotta talk to them how they need to be talked to.
It's like being a football coach or a basketball coach. They know it ain't nothing personal, but they about to curse your ass out on the field. What are you doing? And then after the game, all right, everybody, good game. Let's go get something.
Yeah.
Because they know you can't get offended. He's just doing the job.
You call that a block?
Yeah.
Oh man, you fuck up the play. Go sit your ass on the bench. No, you ain't getting back in.
We need 5 inches in a mile. 5,280. Take the ball, you want every one. You know what I'm saying? My man, killing me, Pete. Remember the title.
Yeah.
That's the job. Yes,
Yeah. Just right to the point, because that's a beautiful statement. James 1:5, it reads, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, not wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed. So we ask through faith, you know, if we weak in a certain point, or we don't understand something, or we need wisdom to apply to a certain part of our life, we can go to the Lord. He'll listen to you. You know, he'll give you the faith, he'll give you the strength, he'll bring the wisdom to you. Either through the Spirit for yourself, you may read something in the scriptures and then it opens up your eyes, spiritual eyes, and you say, I got it now. Or he may send a man, another prophet, another teacher, or you may hear another brother speaking on it while you're watching videos, and then all of a sudden it will click.
Or you might watch something go down in these streets.
Yeah, anyway.
And be like,
the Lord will bring it to
feel
you
silly.
anyway, so long as you sincere and you ask because you want to improve and you want to get better, the Lord is going to bring it to you, but you got to believe that, That's all I got, brother.
sometimes we need that ruffling up sometimes, man. To make you think straight after that. Sometimes you gotta grab a thing.
Hebrews 12 and 5. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children, my son. Despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint without a rebuke of him. For whom the Lord loveth he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastising, God dealeth with you as with sons. For what sons is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye are without chastisement, whereof are all partakers, then ye are bastards and not sons. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? For they verily for a few days chastened us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. Now no chastening for the present seemed to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yielded a peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them that are exercised thereby. And that's what you got to go through in this truth, man. You literally just got to take it, and it all just goes into faith, Because when you was getting chastised, when you was in the world, you was doing wickedness, or just flat out you were just too weak, to handle it, because in the Christian church they just talk about prosperity and this and all this other bullshit. But when you come into the truth, hey, you're gonna get broken all the way down and built back up. You're gonna have to take some losses, and that's all a part of the growing process. Like you working out. You work out, you break down the muscle, and build it back up. Break it down, build it back up, and then it gets stronger, 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 and stronger.
Hey, sometimes you get chastised too, man. That's for your better. Okay? Pretty sure all the brothers that made to a point in time where they had to get cussed out, man. Okay? It's needful. It's needful, man. And when the elder apostles do a video and they get mad at brothers and stuff, hey, that's a message to all of us, man. Okay? So a lot of people cutting you off, but that's one of the reasons that drew us in too, because we never heard the scriptures being brought out, truthfully and uncut, unadulterated. So, you get a rebuke and you're like, okay, but like the brother said, it's out of love, it's out of love. It's for you to be built up and get your shit together.
A good example that Brother Taza Yard in KC, I remember, I didn't know it was him, but I remember watching the camp of KC when he came down. And my lawyer was speaking to him, and he was basically like, y'all need to get back serious and all that. My lawyer was like, oh man, you might as well just go about your business. You ain't for real. And he's like, no, I'm staying, I'm gonna be a part of it. And now he's a part of the camp. You see, he didn't get offended, say, all right, I'm out of here then, man. He was like, look, how long Oh, let's go back. He was like, no, I'm staying. I'm gonna be and now he's a part of the camp. You see what I'm saying? So, because he's basically smote himself, is like, I need to get serious. And the brother was there to let him know, like, yeah, you need to be real about this. And guess what? He's a part of the camp, and now he's teaching other brothers. Right. So we all basically come from that point. We've all had to deal with it here. You got to be told about yourself. It's part of growth. the spirit, and etc. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go through that so that we can be a better teacher, a better prophet, as the Lord wants us to be.
Closing statements. So, so Lord's willing, you take some for this, you know, always staying ready so you don't have to get ready at the last moment. We're going to end it here. Giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. To next time, to the next camp, we're going to say Shalom, Kuala Shabala, Abba, 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 Abba.